Chronicles.
Hey, it's your boy DJ Diamond Cuts with another episode of DJ Chronicles, and I have the pleasure of having somebody who's been into the game for so many years and got so much knowledge about the game. My host, none other than Mr. Kyle DAWSON. How you doing, fam?
I'm doing good. Pleasure to be here on this Zoom meeting with you.
Appreciate you. Now, for those of you who do not know who this man is, he is legendary in his own right. Y'all may know him from behind the scenes of Murder Inc. He's been in company with Busta Rhymes, Mr. Cheeks, Memphis, and someone who's dead to our heart right here at DJ Chronicles, the late Mr. Woe himself, Black Rob. And Mr. DAWSON is here today to kind of bring us on some background knowledge that a lot of people do not know, because he was the manager for Mr. Black Rob. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah. No, I knew Black Rob as an artist, but I ain't know him. I ain't started to get to know Black Rob personally until August 2020. I mean, I started working with him as, his manager, booking him shows, put him in other situations. I didn't know Rob. I didn't grow up with him 20, 30 years. I just knew him as, an artist in early 2000s, signed a Bad Boy. You know what I mean? He had the classic hit, Whoa. He's on another one, Let's Get It, a few other songs. But personally, I ain't started knowing Black Rob until August 2020.
Okay. And how was that when you did, get to know him around the time?
But I met Black Rob through a friend of mine named Robert C. Styles. But he know that, I was working with doing bookings for, Mr. Cheeks, Capadonna from Wu-Tang, Celebrity Realtor, Jaton Green, Big 50 that was on BET Trap Queens. I have an entertainment management company. And so he was like, well, I know somebody who got, Black Rob's number. He don't have no manager, do you got room in your roster to work with him? So I was like, sure, all right.
What's up?
So that's how me and Rob, so he made a phone call, the three-way conversation. They call it conference calls now, but, it was a three-way conversation. And he called Black Rob. I'm from Queens, so Black Rob's from Harlem.
Okay.
So I called, we talked, we kicked a few times. And the first show that I booked for him, it was in Detroit with Benny Siegel. It was at Core Radio. Then we was at Views Bar and Grill, and then we was at Mayweather did after party at Playground. It used to be called V Live, but changed the name to Playground. We had a good time, so that's where my legacy started with Rob.
Okay. And well, throughout his career up until we lost him, what was that relationship like?
It was cool. He was going through a lot. He had the rumor was some people felt that Rob was on drugs. He was not on drugs. When I started dealing with him, only thing he did was smoke weed, but he had bad kidneys. He's on dialysis. He been going through that for some time. And he told me that, he had a few strokes. He had like 4 or 5 strokes.
Wow.
I'm like, damn.
Yeah, it's a lot for a person to go through. Was so you were dealing with Rob during the time for the Bad Boy reunion?
Afterwards, I said.
Okay.
Afterwards, I ain't started dealing with Rob until like August 2020, right? During the pandemic.
Okay.
I was getting them and I was getting them book shows.
All right. Okay. So up until the time, because it's a lot of rumors going around saying that Diddy was a part of it to the point where trying to help him out and this and that. Then we heard about, Mark Curry.
Okay, that's what we're gonna do, because I'm gonna keep it gully with you with everything.
Okay.
What rumors you heard about Diddy? What rumors you heard about Mark Curry? Any rumors about me? And then I'm gonna address everything.
Okay. Well, the deal with Diddy was that Diddy was paying for the funeral. He was taking care of everything. And to that aspect, everybody thought, they were still tight.
Tight about what?
They were still tight to the point where Diddy was taking care of Black Rob even after, the tour.
That wasn't true.
So coming to that inquiry right there, I know you got knowledge on this, and I know the viewers are, they really want to hear as far as what the truth really is. That way we can get rid of all the allegations that, what's in the media, what people been talking about on the street, what's on YouTube, what's on the different types of interviews.
The media, YouTube was a bunch of lies. So I'm gonna address everything that needs to be addressed accordingly.
Okay. And then also, we're hearing that at the time when they found Black Rob, that their thing was, hey, we took him to the hospital, we did this, we did that for him.
Who said that? They took him to the hospital.
Mark Curry. Mark Curry said he took him to the hospital.
Okay. Only time he took him to the hospital was the day he died. That's it.
Okay.
Let me start talking, right?
Okay.
And so we get a more understanding to any rumor that was going around.
All right.
I'm not going to sugarcoat nothing. I'm going to tell you how it is. And I got facts and proof about everything that I'm advocating. Not what you say, what you can prove.
Okay.
All right. So this is what's going on. Right. I got Black Rob book, the Mr. Cheeks, and Benny Siegel, All-Star Weekend in Atlanta. That was March 5th. Black Rob got booked to come down to Atlanta. Him and Mr. Cheeks. Ed Lowe was the host. My partner, Marcus Mancy, he got GE Film, GE Music. Also, he was in the movie All Eyes on Me, and he had a movie on Netflix. It was called The Come Up. You follow me?
Got you.
So he booked, Black Rob and Mr. Cheeks through me, for All-Star Weekend. He's like, I fuck with you, Cal. I like your lineup, your roster. This is what I want to do. Okay. So he's like, all right, no problem. Let's do it. So Black Rob came from New York to Atlanta March 5th on the plane ticket. Okay. Now, you follow me?
Got you.
The day that Black Rob performed, which was March 5th, right? It was a Friday.
Okay.
He got a text from his cousin he was staying with in Harlem, and the text stated that wherever you at, stay there, don't come back here. He showed it to me. He said, this is the second time, the third time she did this. Knowing my condition. All right, cool. All right, ain't about nothing. Mark Curry came into the picture because somebody I know by the name of Kenny had Mark's number. Now, Mark stays in Atlanta. I stay in Queens, New York. Black Rob stay in Harlem.
All right.
So Kenny had called me, was like, yo, Mark Curry down here in Atlanta. I got his number. I know him and Rob was on Bad Boy together. You want me to call him and maybe he could come out to the show. So I said, yeah. I don't have history with Mark Curry. Heard of him. He's a one-hit wonder. He was on that song. I wouldn't even say a one-hit wonder. He was on the Bad Boy for Life song. Then he wrote the book, Dancing with the Devil. He said that Puffy was gay and Puffy jerked him and all this other shit. So that's what he wrote on his book. Mind you, Mark Curry was never added on to the Bad Boy Reunion tour. He was never a part of that roster. Follow me?
Got you.
Okay, now, Man, Black Rob finished performing. You know, Mark Curry's there. He shows him the text. Mark Curry's like, "Word, Rob? All right, yo, kid, man, that's fucked up. But holler at me." He left. He's like I said, he stays in Atlanta. He left. So Black Rob, right, went to a hotel. His son came down there. His son stayed with him in the hotel. Then his son went back to New York. So, man, Black Rob, you know, he started running out of, you know, money that he got paid for coming to All-Star Week in Atlanta. A guy named Goldmouth, a rapper, he put Black Rob in the hotel out there in Stockbridge, Georgia. He put him out there for a week. Okay. In the process of him staying in that hotel, you know, Black Rob started swelling up. I mean, he on dialysis. He wasn't going to dialysis. So he had called me. And I said, "What's up?" He said, "Yo, Rob, you know what I mean? He's swelling up. You know, a lot of food that I was sending to the room for him, he wasn't eating it. Like, he didn't have no appetite. He ain't eating none of the food." So I was like, "All right, well, call the ambulance." You know what I mean? Black Rob started out in Wellstar Hospital. You know what I mean? He was in there for about maybe almost a week. Okay. And before he got out, I was calling around, you know, trying to make living arrangements for Black Rob. He didn't want to go back to New York. He stated that, you know, there was no love there. You know, at times, you know, he had burned some bridges or whatever case may be. And, you know, he wasn't fucking with him like that. So I'm like, all right, cool. So a friend of mine named Cricket, he goes by One Badass Drummer. I called him. And actually, I called my friend Blacker in New York. Blacker called Cricket. And they was like, "Yo, Cricket said Rob would stay at his crib." Okay, cool. Mind you, now Mark Curry lives in Atlanta, and Black Rob had a friend his named Wop. He lives in Atlanta. Okay. Wop picked Black Rob up from the hospital and took him to his juice bar. I picked Black Rob up from the juice bar and took him to Fayetteville, Georgia, the Cricket House, which is by not too far from Rick Ross, okay, right around the corner down the street. So Black Rob started, you know, swelling up at Cricket House. Same thing. Called an ambulance. You know what I mean? They put him in Piedmont, Fayetteville, Piedmont. That's the hospital he was at first. Then some surgery, a procedure that Black Rob needed that they wasn't able to do at that hospital, they transferred him to Atlanta Piedmont Hospital.
Okay. So
now, through all this stuff, Mark Curry never meant to go visit him. Wop never go visit him. And he's supposed to be his so-called friends.
Wow.
Man, you got history with him.
That's crazy.
So I don't understand that. So when Black Rob gets out of the hospital, now Cricket, no, he was speaking to some doctors and, you know, other people trying to get shit lined up for Black Rob, you know, when he get out. You know what I mean? Come back to his house, you know what I mean? And, you know, we line some stuff up for him. So in the midst of that, Black Rob's lawyer, one of his royalty checks that came in, the lawyer stated that, you know, I got Rob's royalty check here. But Rob told the lawyer, "Yo, send it to Cal, and Cal gonna give you the money." Now that royalty money is gonna be used for, you know, Rob getting his own apartment in Atlanta, Georgia. Like I said, he didn't want to go back to New York because it was no love there. You know what I mean? Rob was telling me this, but now he passed away. Other people saying something different. So I'm like, you know, I don't get involved with that, but I'm going by what Rob telling me because my business was with Rob, not his cousins or his sisters and brothers. My business and actually was with Rob, and Rob owned.
Right.
Understand?
Now,
so now, when Rob gets out of the hospital this time, you know, his friend Wop was like, "Well, this lady that I know, she's a nurse, yada, yada, yada. Her husband used to come out here in Harlem, but they stay here in Atlanta now. You know, I want Rob to be close instead of him being out in Fayetteville, Georgia." Black Rob didn't have no car. So the dude Wop saying this, I put Black Rob in the hotel. I put him in the Residence Inn Marriott. So the money that came in for Black Rob, right, used that to get the room, and then missed that. You know, we was trying to find him a 2-bedroom apartment somewhere. WAP never went to go see Black Rob. Mark Curry didn't either. You know, they wasn't taking him DAWSON or doing none of that. It's like they ain't want the responsibility of being bothered with him. So now he put me back. I say he put me back to the cricket house. WAP never, you know, he kind of like manipulated the situation and was like, we're keeping Black Rob in Buckhead area, be more closer to this, that, and the third. So wow, you never did nothing with Rob. Every time you went and you go pick him up to the hospital, you only thing you always kept saying was, yo, he's at the juice bar. Come on, come get him. You know what I mean? So, no, Rob was going through a lot of pain and shit like that. You know, he had, you know, bad kidneys, and you know, he had toxic and poison in his body. And you know, that's when you go to dialysis. They filter your blood, take all the toxins on that shit out. You know what I mean? That's what they do at dialysis. Now, when I put that video up there that Black Rob was in the hospital and Rob was talking, it went viral. DJ Self reposted that video on his page. Now, somebody on a higher pay grade than all of us called DJ Self. DJ Self called me, and that guy we talking about was Jay-Z. You know, he called, what do Black Rob need? I don't know. I know Cal worked with him, he managing him. I'm called Cal. So Self called me, and I told him what the situation was. So he laid a message to, you know, Jay, well, I'm gonna send XYZ for Rob to hold him down for a little minute so I can figure out something else for him. I gave him the bank name, account number, and all that, route number. All right, so now some kid from I think he's from Jersey, but he lives in LA, named Mark Zombie. He started a GoFundMe program. Which reached out to him and asked him who authorized that. He said, nah, he did on his own. You know, I had been to Black Rob's Instagram. Black Rob doesn't run his Instagram. Some guy that he was doing business with named Jay running Black Rob's Instagram. I guess he was Black Rob's role manager. But, you know, when me and Rob started doing business, you know, he never even, the dude Jay wasn't on board about nothing. Okay. And a lot of people that's in my circle and everywhere else would say, damn, you know, nobody was checking for Black Rob until, you know, Cal started, you know, working them and getting them booked different shows. And, you know, you had his name buzzing again. Because every time I get somebody booked, I put the flyer up in my IG and promote it. So that's where Jay-Z came at. He called. Puff had reached out to the guy WAP. Puff and doing Mark. They reached out to WAP. They never called Mark Curry. Mark Curry was putting videos up saying that Puffy called him. Puffy never called Mark Curry. Like I told you, Mark Curry wrote a book talking about dancing with the devil and said Puffy was gay and all the other fuckery shit. So why would he call you if you stated and wrote that in your book? Right. But Mark Curry started, you know, clout chasing. But when Rob came out the video at the hospital, he put a video out talking about, yo, Black Rob, he out the hospital, discharged today, he good. I don't know why, who did that video, da-da-da. He's not good. He stated in the videos on my IG, I'm in a lot of pain, I don't got no crib. So where you get off saying that he's good? And the man talking for himself. Right. So, like I said, Mark Curry was going around doing interviews, lying to when he was with Rob. No, he was not. Just keep it 100. Like a lot of these guys in the industry, it seems like nobody wants to tell the truth. Everybody wants to front and make themselves more what they really are. You flip houses in Georgia. That's what you do. You could easily got Rob in the crib if that was your man. But I understand that Rob used to live with him at one point in time. He got evicted. You know what I mean? I don't know why they got evicted or case may be. I didn't ask her, it wasn't my business. But I'm just saying that Mark Curry was not involved with Black Rob in his last days. Wow. He wasn't. So.
That's so crazy because this is the thing, but
Then Mark Curry started going to different podcasts, doing interviews. Like, he did an interview with this man named Gene. I think Gene was at one time was a part of Bad Boy Camp. So of course, now they slammed in my name. He's saying this, saying that, and Gene is running with it because he feels that Marcus is man. He got on this other dude named Gully TV talking all this nonsense. So now 10 Toes Down, which that guy, he knows me. He said, well, I want to know what really happened. Because they said that I took $20,000 from Jay-Z. I got missing. Black Rob signed over his publishing and all that shit to me. Then the lawyer sent 6,000 some change. Oh, Cal took the money, did this, that. Now all these people who got something to say, they was not involved with Black Rob. I'm like, where y'all come from all of a sudden when he passed away? Now y'all got a whole bunch of something to say. Y'all could have easily called Black Rob and said this, say that. Y'all didn't do that.
Right.
And all y'all live in New York. He was in Georgia. So I don't understand that. It's typical, like, not for nothing, typical nigga shit. So it is, I'm the one helping them. If Rob, I didn't force the lawyer to send me his royalty check. Rob told him to do it. Yo, send it to him. He's right down here with me. Yo, send it to him. He got a bank account. Send it to him. He gonna give me the money. The lawyer's son it. Now, Rob had 3 shows, right, lined up, and I had to give these people back the deposit money when he passed away.
Right.
And then I sent his son, Little Rob, $2,300 of that money. So it was like I pocketed some of that money. I did. So Rob had a couple of meet and greets. So I had to send 3 people $750 back. Plus I sent the son back $2,400. And then when Rob came out of the hospital, I took him shopping, spent like $1,000. Then I gave him $300. Then I had some pocket money in his pocket. So I'm like, why is y'all all up, slammed in my name, and all y'all just spreading lies? Because DJ Self had called the guy 10 Toes Down and said that, 10 Toes be talking to him, can I clear your name and Cal's name with the situation? He said, sure. So if you go to 10 Toes Down, he got the voice message that Self left him. Jay-Z did not send the money, it's a lie. I didn't take, but first people start saying Self took the money. Some guy for this podcast said that DJ Self called me and told me personally that, he said that, well, Black Rob, he's not here, so he don't need the money. And that was it.
Wow.
That never happened. So why would you even put a lie out there to everybody in social media? Because you on YouTube, slander that man's name. That man Self makes 6 figures or plus through working for Power 105.
Crazy.
You know what I mean? So that whole thing, like I said, Black Rob got a raw deal. So a lot of people, in his family, saying this, saying that. Listen, y'all can say all that, but it's a bunch of guilt going on here because you wasn't there for the man, but now you want to step up and say or have a voice of opinion now. I don't sugarcoat nothing. You know what I mean? People talk about, people even threatening me. Yeah, we're going to do something to Cal. Mark Curry, he going around talking about, he going to give me the business and all this other shit. I'm at the funeral. Mark Curry's a fucking pussy. First of all, you a rap dude on stage. I got a rap sheet for real. So we in 2 different lanes. So let's be clear with that. You know what I mean? Second of all, when I was at the funeral, I went outside, I told 10 Toes, get your man, bring him down the block. Mark Curry did not want to come. And if you look up Ms. Jones interview, Cal DAWSON, me and 10 Tones and One Badass Drummer, we talking about that situation.
Wow.
So Mark Curry did a bunch of lying around here with these different things. He was not there for Black Rob at all. He was not. A lot of people wasn't either as well. I did what I could do for Rob. I made a video so I could try to get that man some help. And it didn't happen, and he died. April 17th. I left Black Rob on A Thursday, I said I got a show in Virginia with Benny Siegel and Freeway, and Saturday I got a show with Chiefs in Baltimore. On the day I'm leaving Virginia, that Saturday, going to Baltimore, I get a bunch of texts. Is it true? Is that really happened? I'm asking like what took place, and come to find out, Black Rob passed away. So I called the lady Queen, and she said that me and Mark Curry went to his hotel room, which was in my name. Puff paid for the hotel room for 2 weeks, which was the last day in the hotel room was April 25th, and Rob died on the 17th. Wow. So she said that me and Mark Curry went to Rob's room, and we found him on the floor. He said that his legs wasn't working. So we took him to a hospital. Rob didn't want to stay there. He didn't want to be admitted. So we took him to another hospital. He didn't want to be admitted. He didn't want nobody to go needles in him and do the other shit. So then we took him to the juice bar. While they take him to the juice bar, while he's there in the car, I think his body shut down. He went into a cardiac arrest. Then they tried to revive him, and they rushed him to the hospital, and he was pronounced dead. So my thing was, Mark Curry, when you first went to the hotel room and you took him to the hospital, when your man tells you something is wrong with my legs, I can't feel them, he's not even in no position to say, I'm not going to stay in this hospital.
Right.
You got to make people, come admit them. Something's wrong. It's beyond you because you're not a doctor, and you're supposed to have them people admit him in the hospital, not let him tell you, I don't want to stay here. The day I made that video in Black Rob talking about DMX, he talking about you want to get discharged today. Nah, you staying here. You got tube in your back. Fuck you mean you getting discharged? You staying here because you need medical treatment.
Right.
And that's what they did. They kept him.
That's crazy. And man,
why Mark Curry used it as an outlet, his Black Rob death. He trying to convince the world that he's a good guy. He a real one. No, he wasn't. He's a piece of shit. He lied. He wasn't there for Rob. And he was told one of his bogus ass lies. Then he lying on me. I'm a street dude, number one. I'm a corporate guy as well. But when you talk around and saying stuff with people's name ain't true, it puts people in uncomfortable positions.
Right.
Now, if the world would have believed what he was saying, which some of them did, now I'm walking around, I'm labeled as the bad guy. And it's all a lie.
Which is so crazy because from everything that you told me, the only person who held him down was you.
That's it. That's what it was. You could go to the interviews at 10 Toes Down. Because 10 Toes even apologized to me. He said, I jumped on a bandwagon and I was going to bring your name. I apologize because I found out, the truth now.
Yeah. And for Black Rob to go through all that, and Diddy only paid for just 2 weeks.
His funeral, that's it. He just paid for his funeral. That's all he did. I think it's a contract, because I didn't see it in black and white. Any artist that passed away, if they're signed a bad boy, that he will take care of the funeral expenses. Sometimes you worth more people dead than you are alive. Because I was told that the Bad Boy Reunion tour, when he found out that, Rob had, he had to go to dialysis, they kicked him off the tour.
Wow.
And then other people that was on the tour protested, like, if Rob ain't performing, we ain't performing. So he had no choice but to put him back on the tour. He never put Mark Curry on the Bad Boy Reunion tour. So why would he call you, 15 years, why would he call you, inquire about Black Rob when you call this man gay? Like, does that make sense? Him calling you lied. And then the funeral, all them dudes there was fronting. And if you go and look on, because it was on Revolt, if you go to Black Rob's funeral, them guys up there just fronting and clout chasing. Yo, Bad Boy. Rob wasn't signed to Bad Boy no more in 2010. He wasn't on with Bad Boy. So why just talking about Bad Boy for? Yeah, early years of his career, he was an artist signed to Bad Boy, but his contract was up with them in 2010. His second album, the other album he made, was not with Bad Boy. So why is y'all shouting Bad Boy for?
Wow. So now let's come to the now. And you're working on a documentary.
Right.
Tell us something about the documentary.
the documentary I'm working on that I'm doing, it's, you know, my relationship with Black Rob from August to the day he passed away. You know, I'm not talking about him signing to the label or grew up with him, because I don't have history with him like that. So I can't speak about that.
Right.
So I'm going by, you know, from August 2020 until April 17th, 21.
Okay.
And somebody big that's in the industry that was going to help him out came on board as an executive producer. Because they see that, you know, after all the smoke clear, I see what your intentions was. You got a good heart. You know, I'm going to help you push this documentary.
Pretty cool. And when can we expect the documentary?
It should be done and final out by maybe September, no later than October, because we got to do now what we at the stage being now. You know, we got to get the editing done, and a lot of footage that I have in my phone got uploaded to the hard drive and put it on, you know, onto the film.
Okay.
Him in the hospital talking, hotel room, and, you know, stuff that people didn't see before.
And this is the thing that gets me with the media, because it's like whoever comes to them first, that's what they're going to believe, and that's what they want to push out.
Yeah. So all y'all, it just, instead of doing your own research, if you're a good journalist, you're supposed to do your homework and your research yourself, and not take things on certain things on face value.
Now, the thing that got me like really puzzled, because you said he got sons, and how come the sons wouldn't, you know, help their dad out?
Well, little Rob, he came down to Atlanta, and then, you know, he knew the situation was with his father. They was in the same hotel room. He went back to New York. I don't know what conversation might have took place, whatever the case may be, but, you know, end of the day, you know, when I put the video up there, he told me that, yo, when you made that video, my father in the hospital, when he said he wanted to come back to New York, you should let him go back to New York. Okay, where was he gonna go back to New York? To where? Where was he gonna go?
Right. It's like you said. I mean, it's like everybody.
Yeah, where was he gonna go? And like I said, Black Rob's a grown ass man. So if I be like, okay, I'm gonna get you a ticket to get him back to New York. Okay, where's he gonna go? He'll be bounced around. He didn't want to go up there. He felt the love wasn't there.
Right.
Then some other female, she started making comments on my Instagram. You're exporting him, you know, da 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 da. So come to find out that was his daughter, and she said, you know, why you exploiting him for? You're just send him back to New York. Where he gonna go back to New York? You don't even have your own place. You live in this shelter. So why are you talking about sending back to New York? Then come to find out, you know, Rob didn't have a close relationship. You know, they wasn't close like that. You know, she said some things that I didn't hear from her, but I was told, you know, through her mother, that she said some things pertaining to a Black Rob that, you know, that thing that she said about him should have been said. You know, but as soon as he passed away, closed his eyes, now you boo-wooing. So, like I said, a lot of funny shit that happened that took place with that dude.
Yeah.
But like I said, a lot of these people, it's guilt, because if you my man, Diamond Cuts, and you are in Baltimore and you messed up in a bad situation, I'm gonna make it my business to come down there and get you or persuade you. This is why I got you. Nobody did that. I didn't stop nobody from New York coming to see Black Rob. You got his phone number. You got his phone number.
That's
you know what I'm saying? You got your own money. You can jump on a plane or drive down, come get them, and do. I didn't stop nobody from doing none of that. They could have did that at will. Why that wasn't done? If that was your man or your homie or whatever case may be.
Right.
He's in Georgia, stranded. Mark Curry lives in Georgia, and his dude Rob. They didn't offer Rob to come to their crib. They didn't want to be bothered with him. They want the responsibility of dialysis and taking him here and there and running him around, doing that. But you want to go on social media and Cloud City come to the funeral and put on a show.
It's crazy. It's like they wanted to party with him as long as he was the one bringing the money in. And then it seems like
documentary, you got a lot of people talking about that whole situation.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And people that's on the documentary talking about, yeah, these same guys, yeah, they phony, they full of shit. They at their funeral carrying on, trying to get back in, but Puff somehow. Bad boy, bad boy. What you talking about bad boy for? Puff getting money for Ciroc. He ain't getting my music right now. Oh, period. He got shares in Ciroc. He don't own Ciroc. He's a brand ambassador. He's getting checks off of Ciroc. He helped increasing their sales. So he don't give a damn about music. And none of y'all was calling Puff or harassing him like he was with me. You know why? Because y'all don't have access to Puff like that. But you want to call me and DM me and harass me. Wow. But truth be told, I play with 40 calibers and AR-15s. So I'm not going to let you do anything to me. That's number one. So don't think that. I'm from New York City. I'm highly respected. Murphy Holmes is not there no more. You know what I'm saying? A lot of places in Baltimore. Where you from? I'm highly respected.
I know that's right. Yeah. I'm going to give a shout out to Jay-Z due to the fact, that's a step up. And that wasn't even his place to. But he felt there to the point where this is a man in need, let me help him out. And that's something, that's something that says big about him. And
Black Rob never wanted a GoFundMe program. This the fuckery happened here. When the kid Mark Zombie started the GoFundMe program, I reached out to him. And, who authorized you to do that, bro? I DM. I said, Black Rob doesn't run an Instagram page. Some guy named Jay was running an Instagram page that Rob don't do business with no more. All the shows that I booked for Rob, the flyers were never on that page. So the guy, Jay, he had called or reached out to Amy or somebody like that and stated that, he didn't know Black Rob was down there in Atlanta. That if you so-called manage him, how you not going to know where he's at? Because you're full of shit. That's why. And then he had changed at the funeral. He goes at the podium and say, I'm Black Rob's manager. I'm sitting in the back. But if you was his manager, why you never booked him no shows for All-Star Weekend? I booked him another show for Gary, Indiana, May 30th. He's supposed to have done. But, he died on April 17th. He had another show booked in Atlanta, April 14th. I got the contract and everything. My signature on the Black Rob's, deposit money was going on. So I could show and prove all that. So dudes was like, oh, Cal wasn't his manager because he booked a couple of shows for him. No, I was managing him. And I had him in the movie role as well with this film company at Charleston, South Carolina.
Okay. So it's like everybody just wanted to take credit.
Everybody will take credit for shit they didn't do because it's guilt. Then, some people were talking about, well, Cal, why you, talking about your people on social media, interviews talking about, black, you don't respect Black Lives Matter. I said, because I don't, but everybody who's talking to me is all black. Ain't nobody white talking to me. It's all black people. Everybody talking about Cal did this or DJ Self did that. Like I said, I got the utmost respect for Jay-Z for stepping up to helping, Black Rob. DJ Self, you know what I mean? Because I asked DJ Self to start a GoFundMe program because he's more creditable in the industry and a lot of celebrities and artists deal with DJ Self. So you ain't got to worry about stuff, taking some money and doing that. But, Mark Kirby, he goes and got with the kid Mike Zombie and had his name added on as a beneficiary. Why is that?
Wow.
You know what I mean? Then, when Black Rob passed away, you the first dude that goes on social media, on Instagram, make a video. Oh, today, Black Rob passed away in my arm to fake crocodile tears. Why you ain't let him, people admit him in the hospital for? You took him to another hospital, then took him to a juice bar. So the family should sue your bitch ass for wrongful death because you took him to a juice bar instead of having people admit him in the hospital.
Yeah. I mean, I would think anybody who would see somebody down and send their legs, they can't feel their legs. First thing that you would do would be call 911 or actually take them to the hospital. A juice bar, I don't see how that could help.
Like I said, see, and then I think one of Rob's brothers that called me, it was different stories floating around. He said, Cal, I've been wanting to talk to you, but people told me, nah, don't call Cal Dawson, don't speak to him. I said, yeah, it was telling you that because they didn't want me to tell you the truth. Like even the son gonna say, no, Cal Dawson never sent me the money. I sent you $2,300. That's $6,400. What do you mean? I got receipts to verify everything that I'm saying. So why would you lie and say I never sent you the money? But I was told through other family members, the son got the GoFundMe money. He bought a car, went to vacation out in Vegas and shit. But you got other siblings. Why you didn't split the money 5-6 ways?
Right.
So now, you just using your father's share to come up. You know what I mean? So now you say you're taking the money and splitting it like you're supposed to split. You took the money for yourself. Your sister's in shelter. You could give her $10,000 of that money. Yeah, we'll get you a 2-3 bedroom apartment. There's enough money for your rent for the first 6 months, whatever the case may be.
That's crazy.
That's what you should have did. But do you do that? No. But you gonna lie on my name. To do like him, he ain't really do nothing in life, you know what I'm saying? And sure you don't know my background. I slapped shit out of him. But I'm be rebellious to do that because of your my relationship with your father. But you lying on my name, all bets is off. You know what I mean? Like, come on. All bets is off.
So in other words, what it looked like is that they want to discredit you just so they look good on the other side. Absolutely.
Typical nigga shit. But difference between them and me, I'm smart and they not smart. They're not business oriented. That's why I got receipts and contracts, everything that I'm saying, advocating to you. I got the names of the hospital Rob was in, the name of the hotel he was in. The hotel was in my name. Puff did pay for 2 weeks in the hotel. He did do that. Wow. Anything else? No, he didn't do it. He paid for the funeral, but that's in their contract. But like I said, a lot of people that wanted to help, it didn't help because of all the messy shit was going on. Rob never wanted that GoFundMe program. He's telling, if you go on my Instagram page, that video was muted. He was telling Mark Curry he didn't want no GoFundMe program. Because he know what Jay-Z was going to do for him.
Wow. It seemed like, it's a breakdown to the point where they kind of isolated him to the point that they could control whatever they wanted for themselves.
Rob wasn't ever dealing with them because he was in Atlanta, Georgia. He wasn't with them. He was staying at a friend of mine's house in Atlanta, Georgia. And then when he came out the hospital, the dude decided, put him in the hotel, keep him close over here. And, whatever the case may be. So I'm like, all right, whatever.
That's crazy.
But the same guy, he was never doing nothing for Rob. There's a whole bunch of nonsense going on, with these people. You know what I mean? It's just ridiculous. My mother's funeral was better than Black Rob. She's not even a rapper. She's a regular working person. Everybody want to get on these podcasts and say this. Oh, Cal Dawson did that. You don't even know me. You throw my name around. But now you're putting yourself in harm's way because, you're sending death threats. We think I'm just going to just hold that. Nah, not going to work. And all y'all with your little comments, y'all talk about you as Black Rob's man. Then why y'all didn't go get the man and bring him to your house where you lived at? Why y'all wasn't calling around Dallas and trying to get him treatment?
Yeah. It's a terrible thing to the point where, taking advantage of a situation like this. And, I'm glad that, we were able to be an outlet for you to the point where to actually get the truth out and for people to actually see exactly what happened behind the scenes. Because with all the talk that's going around, it's like, people just believe in this and believe in that. But now coming from you, we actually know what actually happened, what transpired through the whole process. So we definitely thankful to you for this.
Yeah, I give you other people's name that was involved with Black Rob. Even the guy who booked him to come down to Atlanta. He drove me to the hospital a couple of times. So my vehicle had to go in the shop. He drove me to the hospital. He didn't want to shoot in the documentary. Like I said, he played All Eyes on Me. Okay. His money's strong. It's like, not for nothing. Black Rob passed away. He had no money. You know what I mean? We got big boy toys and jewelry and, materialistic stuff that is worth way more than that money Jay-Z was going to send.
So, so how how would you go about, as far as keeping his legacy alive?
Like I said, we're doing a documentary. We already got certain people that's involved with it, that's been around. We're gonna put that documentary, finish that, put it together, and and be done with it. Because when he passed away, I was kind of done with the whole situation. But I don't want to speak to the siblings or nothing. I don't want to be bothered because he's dead and gone. Now he had peace and leave me alone.
Okay.
I mean, I did what I could do. Just leave me alone. I mean, y'all want to antagonize the situation, then now he's going somewhere left. But I got other clients and celebrities that I deal with that, I got a company to run.
Right. And speaking about that, what do you have coming up?
Well, the movie with Big 50 that was on BT Trap Queens. Remy Mar's playing her. Debbie Morgan's playing Big 50's mother. Tank is in the movie as well. It's in the editing stage, and then I'm getting Big 50 booked. She's popping up different places, meeting Greeks.
Okay.
I'm working with Benny Siegel. He working on a State Property Part 3.
Oh, that's what's up.
He has his show coming up with this 4th of July in Philly, the State Property Show. Got him booked for another show in August 6th in Gary, Indiana. This Saturday, me and him were just in Chicago with the R&B singer Jacquay. You know what I mean? So like I said, I'm still working. This whole thing with Bart, it didn't affect me. Other producers and engineers, other people in the industry reached out to me, on a personal level about, want to do some stuff for me, and you don't get your blessings from, Allah and God because of what you was doing for, Black Raw.
Yeah.
I want to shout out. I want to shout out to, the people out there in Baltimore, people out there, Cherry Hill, my people out there, Glen Burnie.
Oh yeah.
Randallstown, people out there, go shopping at Diamond Mall, El Dorados, Norman Jeans, you know what I'm saying? Lexington
I know that's
Mall,
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Big shout out to Baltimore, y'all.
Yeah, Baltimore, be more careful. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Girls from back in the days, saying pussy pound. got a lot of history out there in Beatmore. You know what I mean?
I know that's right. But you had mentioned about Big 50. I've been paying attention to her on BET, and she's got a story and a half. Absolutely.
If you want to interview her, set it up. If people out there in Baltimore want to come out there, meet and greet. You know what I mean?
Definitely. We would love to have her.
We can set that up. You know what I mean? Shout out my man too. Or got to shout out Baltimore's legend. You know what I mean? Got to shout my man Peanut King. Got to shout my man out. Rest in peace, Melvin Williams. But me and Peanut King, we was in the system together.
All right.
Got to shout him out. He a real OG.
Well, next time you come through, we'd love to have you and see you in person.
Absolutely. You know what I mean? Like I said, you want to shout out, interview a Big 50, or you want, a meet and greet. Promoters one day want to bring out, because that movie, when it drops, it's going to be big. Remy Ma, that's our first movie ever. Remy Ma playing her in the movie, so, it's going to be a beautiful thing. Bring Remy Ma, Big 50 out there, might get a little show performance out there. BC will be out there, you know what I mean? Or bring my man Mr. Cheeks out there, Oh,
let's make this a whole party.
Yeah.
Oh, we got to get together. We're going to make this happen. Baltimore, be on the lookout. We are definitely going to make that happen for y'all. But we do appreciate you for stopping through.
Yeah, I want to say this too, right, to all your listeners. You know what I mean? Like, I know you probably going to edit this interview and put it up maybe a week or two from now. But all y'all don't get caught up in that social media, because, it's like, I don't know how many of y'all are inclined with the Bible, but here's a question for y'all. What's the biggest trick the devil ever performed? You know what I mean? I say that to say my point is, right, the biggest trick that the devil performed, he led the people to believe that he didn't exist. And they believe that. It's in the Bible.
There you go. And we want to thank you once again for stopping through and really appreciate you.
Right.
Any more last thoughts?
Nah, that's it. It's a wrap.
All right, appreciate you, fam. Till next time, this your boy, DJ Diamond Cuts on DJ Chronicles. Peace.
DJ Chronicles.